Hi, my name's Frank Valentic and welcome to our Advantage Property Market Update. Well, not much has changed in Melbourne. The clearance rate consistently around 76-77% and some runaway results. The Melbourne market is moving as fast as a freight train for houses in most of Melbourne's middle and inner suburbs. We saw a massive result in Port Melbourne in Princes Street, nearly $1 million over reserve. It sold for $930,000 over reserve. About 6 bidders there fought it out for a house that's literally going to be knocked down in not one of the best parts of Port Melbourne. So a massive result there. And Melbourne's market is increasing in those middle suburbs. A house in Reservoir recently we missed out on for an investor in Lloyd Avenue. Sold for $405,000 only 5 years ago. That just sold for $720,000. So it is moving in those suburbs like Reservoir. We've seen about 80% growth over the last 5 years. It's been going very, very strongly. Melbourne now leads the nation. We are the strongest capital growth destination in the country. We're beating Sydney now. We had 16% growth in the last 12 months. Sydney only had 12%. So we're 25% higher growth in Sydney. So Melbourne is definitely leading the way. Our population growth is really driving that. But we're still a lot more affordable. We're about 30 to 40% more affordable than Sydney prices. So we're definitely on the more affordable end of the market compared to where the Sydney prices are. Well, we've seen a lot of investors make mistakes when they buy interstate. Often they overpay or they buy the wrong property or they don't even visit the property. A client of ours recently sold a property in Coomera in Queensland for $545,000. They bought that 9 years ago for $540,000. A terrible investment. We bought a property in Brunswick West for $1 million and it's already worth 1.2 about 8 months later. So it pays to get professional advice when you're buying property, especially when you're buying interstate. You've got to make sure that you don't overpay or buy the wrong property. Well, the Australian dollar is rising now. It's nearly over 80 cents US, and really now the talk is about interest rates staying on hold for a very long period of time. If the currency keeps rising, most experts are predicting that interest rates will go nowhere, only might drop in the next couple of years. And that really will be the big handbrake for the housing market if interest rates start to move up a certain degree. So that's good news for people who've got properties and know that they're not going to have those interest rate rises. Well, we love buying off-market properties for our clients. Only 20% of properties get sold off-market, but we purchase a lot of our properties that way, and that's a really smart strategy, trying to find distressed sales. We purchased a property recently in Reservoir, off market in Arundel Avenue for $650,000. Comparable properties sold in the next street only last week at auction for $750,000. So it's a really smart strategy if you can get off-market properties through real estate agents and buyers advocates. Please don't hesitate to get on our website, check out our information about our buyers advocate, property management, sellers advocate, owners corporation services, and our future group block opportunity in Dandenong. We'll see you next time.